Hello my keto peeps, it's Samaya and welcome back to my channel, I Don't Sugarcoat. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a keto version of stuffing. So let's get started. Today's video is sponsored by Wholesome Provision. Wholesome Provision is a company located locally right here in the US, and they specialize in making keto-friendly products. Two of which are now staples in my keto kitchen, and that is their lupin flour and their allulose sweetener blend. Go on their website and check out their line of products. They have a bunch of amazing options for people and a lot of pre-made and ready-made things that you can buy, like cereal, chips, snacks, all kinds of stuff. You can check out some of their items on Amazon, but you can also purchase their stuff on their own private website. And I'll leave a link to that in the description of this video. Now let's jump into this recipe. To begin, we're going to start off by sauteing our veggies. So I'm going to turn my eye on to medium here, and we're going to go ahead and let this pot right here heat up. And while we're waiting for that to heat up, I'm going to go ahead and start getting my croutons over here together. Now, these croutons were made from that amazing bread that you saw me make, the rosemary and onion bread. If you have not seen me do that, I will leave a link in this corner or this corner. I always get confused, you guys. I'll leave a link for that recipe so you guys can check that out. So you can make this bread and be able to make these specific croutons for this recipe. Now, I did not show how to make the croutons because it's super easy. There didn't need to be a video for it. I'll leave a link in the description of this video to the written recipe for how to make croutons because I have that on my website already if you have not seen that. So what I like to do is I have 10 ounces of some croutons here in this bowl. And what I like to do is I like to add about 1/4 of a cup of some breadcrumbs to my stuffing. I don't know if you've ever paid attention to like the boxes of stuffing that you get, but there seems to be some crumbs in there. And I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I feel like those crumbs are important and it kind of helps everything to stick and gel together. Now that could just be me seeing what I want to see, but I like to add this. You don't have to go through the process of making breadcrumbs if you don't want, but this is just from the same loaf and I just ground this in my blender and made breadcrumbs out of it. So I'm going to start off with adding just 1/4 of a cup to this and see how it looks when it all comes together. And I'm going to give that just a little bit of a stir here. Next, I'm going to add in a whole stick of butter. Okay, and while that is melting, I'm going to go ahead and I have in my cup here, I have 1 1/3 cups of some chicken stock. Now, I might need to add a little bit more a little later, but for now, I'm starting off with 1 1/3 cups, and I have 1 egg that I have beaten that I'm going to be adding to this. And I'm doing that so that way, once we get to mixing all this together with these hot veggies, my egg doesn't scramble. So I'm just going to mix that in here with this. All right. So now most of my butter has melted. In here, I have a medium onion that I have diced. To this, I'm going to be adding 2 stalks of celery. If you want to add more, go ahead. Now we just want to let this cook until these veggies get soft and tender. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add in 2 cloves of garlic. Now I'm going to turn mine off. This is about how I like my veggies. So if you want yours a little bit softer, then cook them a little bit longer, or however your desired tenderness, basically. Cook it to your desired tenderness. So I'm going to turn mine off. And now I'm going to pour this right over my breadcrumbs. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my spices. I have 1 teaspoon of some salt, half a teaspoon of some pepper, and I have 2 teaspoons of some rosemary. In here, I have 3 teaspoons of some sage, and then I have 2 teaspoons of some poultry seasoning. And then I've got some parsley here, and this is about 3 teaspoons of some parsley. And now you can choose to add whatever spices you want to yours. It does not have to specifically be those. Add whatever it is that you generally like. Okay, and now I'm going to begin adding my stock and egg mixture here. Now, since I'm going to be baking this, that's why I've included an egg. You don't have to include an egg if you don't want to, if you're going to be like stuffing this in your bird. I am just gonna stick this straight into a dish and put it into my oven. Here I have a baking dish that I have already sprayed some oil in. Now that looks absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna put this in an oven that's been preheating to 350 degrees, and we're gonna let this bake for about 45 to 50 minutes. If you start to notice that it's starting to get really, really brown before the cook time is up, then just lay a sheet of aluminum foil over the top. You don't need to wrap it or anything. You just wanna lay it over the top so it'll stop it from browning. So I'm gonna put this in the oven, and then I'll come back when it's done and I'll show you what we've got. My stuffing's out of the oven and it looks amazing, you guys. I wish you could totally smell what is happening in my kitchen. This stayed in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes. I can't be sure because I forgot to turn my timer on that last time. So roughly around 40 to 45 minutes this was in the oven. And it just looks great. It smells great. I'm gonna scoop a little bit out so you guys can get some idea of texture. I wish I could taste this for you guys, but it is not my eating window. Now, if you want your stuffing to be more clumped together, I don't particularly like mine like that, mostly because I just prefer to eat dressing that way. My stuffing, I don't really prefer it that clumped together. So if you want it more clumped together, just use more of the chicken stock. That's all you have to do. Or you can add in another egg if you like. You can do that as well. But if you intend to just stuff this into your bird, it's going to be okay. It's going to be fabulous. Now this looks great. It smells great. I wish I could taste this for you guys. I mean, because it's got my stomach just growling over here. But I am a long way away from being able to eat. I'll tell you now, I think this is fantastic. I hope you guys think this is fantastic. I hope this brings something back for your holidays this year. And it's just going to be something that you're going to be really excited to eat this year. So that's pretty much going to be all I have for you guys today. Please be safe during these holidays because this has been one heck of a crazy year. Enjoy your time with your family, with your loved ones, and have safe travels for those of you traveling. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've got for you today. I will leave the nutritional facts for this in the description of this video. And that's all. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to click that subscribe button and don't forget to ding that little bell so you can get notifications every time I upload a new video. And until next time, you guys, bye.